Hey guys, we're going to be discussing here in this next video the current state of Team Fortress 2. Team Fortress 2 is my favorite first-person shooter. Everyone knows the release date, October of 2007. But what is the current state of the game? What is the future for the game is what I'm going to be discussing here. The current state of Team Fortress 2 is actually somewhat optimistic. The game is somewhat fixed, the bot crisis has been solved, and we are at an all-time high for player count, average player count, and all-time peak, which is insane to think about. But just to put it into perspective, Team Fortress 2 on average between the years 2013 to about 2020 would average around 50 to 60,000 players. Nowadays, we push 83,000 players a month on average. And the peak has never been this high. The highest peak, which was occurred in 2022, was 153,000 players concurrently online at the same time. That is absurd to think about, considering the game is basically almost old enough to get an ID. Like, it'll be old enough to get an ID in a couple days or a couple years, which is crazy to think about. In 3 years, it'll be 20. And in 4 years, it'll be old enough to drink. That is a crazy thing to think about, that a game this old has been going on for this long. And you can only thank the community for that. We have lived through so much. Through the lack of content updates, the heavy update never coming out, and just the bot crisis. I thought the bot crisis was actually going to be the end of Team Fortress 2. It was bad. There was at one point probably like maybe 30 to 40,000 actual players in the game, which is scary to think about. But Valve seems to have started to crack down on the bot problem. Thank Lord Valve started to crack down on this bot problem. The bot problem was so bad. You could not get into a game. There was a certain point in time where you couldn't even play Team Fortress 2 because there were just nothing but bots, and the bots were evolving to kick you, and it was a scary time. I call it the dark ages of Team Fortress. And now I think we're in the redemption era, almost like a renaissance, the TF2 renaissance era. We had the golden era from 2012 to 2014. That was my 2015, actually. I'll say 2015. The golden age of Team Fortress 2, 2012 to 2015. And then we had the mediocre era from 2016 until 2019, and then 2020 started the dark era of Team Fortress 2, the bot era, the one dominated by nothing but bots and people not playing the game, because why would I want to play a game with a bot like a hacker? It's so silly. But I'm just thinking, even if we don't get any more content updates, which we're not going to get any more content updates, the Team Fortress 2 team is probably single digits still as we speak, if not single person. But I'm just glad that we're adding new maps, and these new maps, I did have a complaint last summer about the maps not being very good TF2 maps, just being cool looking maps, but the maps this year were actually pretty good. Like Megaton, I think is my favorite summer map. It's a fairly cool map. It's open, it's basically like Harvest, but a little bit condensed, and there's water. So basically Harvest and water, pretty much, if you want to think about it. And Harvest is one of my favorite maps because I just like King of the Hill. Harvest is just a very balanced map, and it's very cool. But pretty much, at least for me personally, I don't mind if Team Fortress 2 is never going to get a major content update again. I would love it if we got the heavy update, or at least what was planned for the heavy update. But as long as they keep the game maintained, servers up, and as long as Valve doesn't do anything stupid and keeps the bot crisis at a 50-50 like it is right now, hey man, I'm happy. Majority of the players I think would agree with me. As long as the game stays alive, we could not really... I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love another content update, but I'm not going to be like, yeah, maybe we should quit TF2. When TF2's constantly getting new items, new cosmetics, new stuff every season, which is cool. That's fine by me, like I said. And we're about to be getting into the Halloween event. I forgot what it was called. It's been a while, but... Scream Fortress, that's what it's called. Scream Fortress Halloween event is about to come up, and I am excited for that. I can't wait to see what they do this year. They've been consistently doing a fairly good Scream Fortress event each year, except in the dark eras, and even in the mediocre eras, they were kind of... I remember one year they just forgot about Scream Fortress, which is kind of funny, but... No, TF2 is in a very good state today, and I think we should all be proud and thankful for all the people who have been pushing for Valve to make this game better and to just keep maintaining the game. There is still players that care about this game, a lot of players, And the more that we all hop on, the more that we tell people, hey, download the game, the better off the game will be. So my message for the end of this video is, if you have someone who just got a computer or is new to Steam, tell them to do Team Fortress 2. They can help push this game to new heights. And I mean, we already know that we're never going to get the game ported to Source 2, but we can at least keep the game in a good state. And who knows, maybe if we keep pushing and pushing the player numbers, we might get that heavy update. Probably not, though. Most likely not. That'd be too much work for Valve. Alright, everybody. Leave a like and leave a comment as well if you agree with what I said. Share the video to everyone you know and love. I would appreciate it. Let's try to push for TF2 to try to get to a new height. Let's try to get at least 70,000 average players in a school month, which I think could be doable if we all try our hardest and put our love into the game. Alright, like I said, leave a like, leave a comment on your opinions on the state of Team Fortress 2. I'd like to hear your opinions. I'm going to try to reply to some comments this time instead of just not only replying to one. Alright, peace out, guys.